Okay.
Single wide salute. I'm Lord Maitreya, the hip hop futurist. You're now tuned into the Super Longevity Institute podcast. This evening, I have a very special guest. His followers, the Raelians, say he's the last messenger sent by extraterrestrial creators called the Elohim. He was a musician, a motor racing journalist, and a racing car driver. His message is that 1,000 years ago, scientists from another planet came to Earth and created all forms of life, including humans in their own image and likeness. Due to their highly advanced technology, they were mistaken for gods by our primitive ancestors and often referred to as Elohim, which in ancient Hebrew means those who came from the sky. Despite being a plural word over time, he says the word Elohim was mistranslated into the singular God as referenced in modern day Bibles. Ladies and gentlemen, hip hop futurists, Raelians, transhumanists worldwide, live from Okinawa, Maitreya Rael. Welcome to the Institute. It's a pleasure to have you on. Wow. Wow, I don't even
I'm
know where to
so
start.
happy to be here. I'm so honored to be invited by you because I love your program. You are
Thank
doing
you.
a great job. It's an honor for me.
Thank you. It's an honor for me to have you. I'm so impressed by what you're doing. And you know what? When you speak to a lot of hip hoppers, they have the same idea as the Elohim. I can bring up so many different hip hoppers that'll say, yeah, we believe the Elohim exists and we believe they were extraterrestrials and scientists. So it's not it's not unfamiliar to us at all. Let me just start there. It's not unfamiliar. I know it's
Can you
something.
can you help me because I want to understand? You're thinking, what do you call hip hop?
Oh, hip hop is a culture. We some of us think of hip hop as the transformation of all subjects and objects. Um, and it's a culture and a lifestyle that creates elements that help people identify with the culture. So we have breaking. Breaking is coming to the Olympics, by the way. Um, Beatboxing, turntablism, stuff like that. And so, yeah, yeah.
So it's not only music.
No, the music part is just one. We call it elements. It's just an element of the
Okay.
culture. And yeah. Let me just actually, you in Okinawa, so you're the longest living people live in Okinawa. It's one of the. I always wanted to go there, man. It's such a beautiful place.
Please come. I will be happy to have a lunch or dinner with you.
I will come. As soon as the country opens up, I'm gonna take. Now that I know somebody in Okinawa, I will definitely come and see you. Have you seen any centenarians out there since you've been there?
Many, many, many. Because of the diet, huh? Not only the diet, but our body immune system, which is very important nowadays, need a lot of food. Not vaccine, antibiotics. This is sorry to speak like that. It's
No,
shit.
it's all right.
We need good food, and Okinawa people eat a lot of seaweed. They also eat pork. They are not vegetarian.
Yeah.
They exercise a lot. They go outside, whatever the temperature is. It's a very hot island. And you see people walking in the field with crazy hot temperatures. They are sweating, they are covered, and it's scientifically proven being in a very hot condition and sweating a lot is very good for health.
Yeah.
I see many people, 110, they drive their car, they go walking in the rice field.
Mhm. Wow. You look great, by the way, my tray. You look great. Have you ate the purple yam yet? That the Oaklanders eat? They got a thing called the purple yam, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't read any of the books in a long time, but it's this thing called purple yam that they eat. It's a traditional
Ah,
food.
yes. Yes. It's a kind of sweet potato.
Yeah. Yes.
Very good, but it's not. It's very good for health. It's not the most important. There was a plant like Goya,
Oh,
Goya, which is I don't know if you know Goya. It's a kind of melon, bitter melon. The real
oh,
American English
yeah, yeah.
is bitter melon, which is very bitter
Yeah.
And like everything bitter, it's very good for health.
Yes.
Most people are sick because they always want to eat sweet things. But
Yes.
bitter melon is very, very bitter,
Yes.
and I love it.
Yeah, I heard a bit of melon. I heard it's not that popular outside of Asian communities here in the States, but I know that bitter melon is extremely good for you.
And you can buy it in America. I have
Yeah.
some friend who find it in supermarket.
Wow. Um, you had a auto pop magazine too, right? At one time.
Uh, Racing cars were my passion when I was young. I decided when I was 9 years old I will be world champion in Formula One. That never happened, but I was pursuing this dream.
Let me just show them the auto pop magazine. Yeah, I gotta show them this. It's incredible. Wow. It was like number one in France, right?
Yes,
It was good.
about magazine for beginners, for young people,
Mm.
and yes, we didn't talk about Formula One or top sport, but
Wow.
how to start, how to become a race car driver.
Mm. So you was giving out education. That's
Yes,
beautiful.
already.
So you, and then I also have a picture of you in a racing car driver. I was like, wow, amazing.
Uh, I raced in America. Huh? I came
Oh,
to Daytona. I did
oh wow,
24 hours of Daytona 2 times, and
wow.
many places in Florida, in California, everywhere.
You did you hear
What
about that? Hmm.
are you in New York?
Yeah, I'm in New York. I'm in Harlem.
Okay, there is a racetrack named Lime Rock near New York, and I raced there. I
Really?
finished third, and the second was Paul Newman, the actor.
Wow. did Did you hear
Good
about?
memory.
Did you keep up? Did you hear about that new lady? I think she's Arab. She's a racing car. Hold on, let me see if I got a pic. She's a racer. She's from Arab. Did you hear about her? She's making the news like crazy lately. They say she's really
I
good. I don't know anything about racing car driving, but they say she's
I
really
am not
good.
following
Huh?
anymore the Wastika
Oh,
things,
okay, okay.
except sometimes watching Formula One on television, but I'm not involved anymore.
And I seen you singing also. I said, wow, he's good. And you play the guitar. Who
This,
taught you how to play the guitar? Or did you learn it
this
yourself?
I still do this, and I write thousands of songs, and I still sing for my friend, and I still have my guitar right here, and I enjoy music. But I learn by myself.
Wow.
Like everything I do, I learn by myself. When I was 15 years old, I bought the guitar, and I learned by myself. Maybe some good guitar player can say because I'm not perfect, but I can make some accord.
Yeah, I seen you. You look really happy playing the guitar. I said, wow, he's good. He's pretty good. I was impressed. I
I
was like,
love
wow.
music. I love music, and that's one of the reasons why I love Africa.
Mm,
You know, everywhere people welcome me, but in Africa, they welcome me with music.
yes.
From the airport, there is
Oh,
a
wow.
lot of music. When I speak on the stage, I am interrupted by music and song, and I
Wow.
love it.
Wow. So I guess I want to ask you about your back to comma program that you have
Yes,
that the
because
Lions are
love
involved with.
Africa.
I'm
But,
very interested.
one of my most important action is against colonialism. And colonialism was the most terrible thing which happened in history of humanity. You know, uh, nowadays in America, you have the same problem. People fight for not welcoming immigration. Huh? They
Yes.
say, oh, immigrant are taking the job of American, of the job of French. We must protect from, make war with Mexico, all these things. Wait a minute. White people should not say that. They are the one who colonized 90% of the planet. And now they say, we don't want immigration.
Yes.
Wow, come on.
Yeah, it's kind of strange. It's kind of weird. I'm glad you mentioned that because you guys are doing a lot of great work over there. I'm really impressed
Yes,
with your movement.
you know, in America, also this thing, people are afraid of China.
Yeah.
Because yes, China is a great country. Yes, China is becoming number one in economy, front of America now. Now they are more powerful. There was an article this morning in the newspaper. They have more billionaires than America. That's it. Everybody in Africa, they ask me, should we learn English? I say, no, learn Chinese. Chinese is almost 2 billion people on Earth, okay? And so people were talking about the peril, the danger of China, which risk to invade the world. There are so many. And what is important, I travel also to China sometimes, they don't talk about it. They say, why you white people, you talk about the danger of China? This is a peril, the yellow peril. There was a famous book first called The Yellow Peril, peril, meaning danger. But we in Asia, we know the white catastrophe. Because it happened. You are afraid of the future of China invading the world. We know because Beijing was occupied by white people. The French army and English army burned a part of Beijing. They occupied India. They occupied so many parts and killed millions of Asian people. Recently with Hiroshima, of course, which is very low, and for which the Americans never apologized. They killed 300,000 people like that. 300,000 people dead. They visit Okinawa, they visit Hiroshima, they never apologized. It was, it was to save so many people because it stops the war. This is lying. This is lying. Yeah. This is the colonialism. So the white catastrophe, I fight against that everywhere. I support the rise of the richest continent in the world, which is Africa. Yeah. It's not America, it's not Europe. There is almost nothing left underground. Africa has the highest number of mineral, oil, gas, everything, diamonds, name it, metal, precious metals, important for future, for computers, rare earths, they call it rare earths. You have everything. You have a majority of young people who love to study, who love to become scientists. So, and I don't accept that when I visit Africa to see the poverty people have no food. Every day, 10,000 young Africans die of starvation. How is that possible? They have the richest continent. Yeah. But colonization and neo-colonization, which exist because they have many bases, American bases, French bases, military occupying. All the companies are pillaging, meaning they're stealing all the good things from Africa and give money to bad politicians under the table, control all these continents. Thankfully, China is changing that. More and more Chinese are coming, and more and more Chinese are investing, are helping the African. And the Europeans, the French people, they say, it's dangerous, be afraid, the Chinese will take everything. You did it, French people, you stole everything. So I say to Africa, learn Chinese, collaborate with Chinese, ask the Chinese to protect you from military invasion. Because if you don't, you saw what happened to Gaddafi in Libya. Yeah. Because Gaddafi didn't have atomic bomb, they came, they take everything, and they kill him. If you don't want it to happen in your country in Africa, you need a strong, powerful army or a strong alliance with a country which knows very well what is colonization, China, India, name it. But don't trust the Europeans to protect you. They never will. They never did.
Wow. Yeah, I agree with everything you just said. Oh, wow. You just blew my mind. Wow. Did you read that Stevie Wonder is even going back to Ghana? He said he doesn't want
Yes.
I was shocked.
Yes,
I told my friend from my friend that I work with, my coworker from. I said, "You see, Stevie Wonder's going back." She said, "Yeah, I read it." I was like, "Yeah, man. Everybody wants to go back to Ghana."
yes, and that's great. And
Mm.
help American with African ancestry
Yeah.
to do that, push them to do it. Because if they bring the capital, the wealth they have, that's what Africa needs more than anything. A capital to develop themselves and to suddenly be fully independent. With not only the wealth, you have many, and you know it, many black billionaire in Africa.
Yeah, they
Nobody
do.
talk about it, but there are these people need to go back and to help their brothers and sisters and development to become what Africa should be, number one country in the world.
Mm. Yeah, man. Hopefully that can happen. I really hope that can happen. I see Africa as the future. That's for sure. That's for sure because
Absolutely.
we talk about the technology, but you need the natural resources for the technology. Where they gonna get the
Yeah,
raw materials for the technology?
what is important is
Yeah.
education. The young Africans, they are used to say, oh, we need to go to Europe or to America to study. Not anymore. I pushed the teachers to go back to Africa,
Mm.
and then more and more young Europeans come in Africa to study. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a universal. And for small companies, you know, many Africans, they go to work as a very poor, badly paid job in America or in Europe.
Mm.
It's the opposite happening now. Now, many young black entrepreneurs, they create big company in Africa, and to work in their company, white people come.
Mm.
That's beautiful. That's the opposite.
Right.
A reverse immigration, if you want.
Wow. Wow. Um. Let me ask you. You. I got mad stuff. I got a bunch of stuff. Um. You were. Yeah, the Rael movement was definitely championing cloning. I just the side step when we were talking about real quick. Because I'm really interested in the technology and you were really you really was championing cloning and thought it was a great thing. How come? What's the positives to cloning?
Cloning will be the key to give ourselves eternal life. So there is one disease on earth. It's not COVID. Huh? There is one disease which kills 100% of people. It's called death.
Mm. Yeah, that's true.
Nobody will get out of life alive.
Mm.
Okay, we all die. That's the most terrible disease. And there are technologies which fight to make our life longer. You have many geneticists, many scientists who want to program to extend our longevity. That's good. But the best way, and one guy in England is working on that, is to destroy death. Because
Mm.
it's our DNA, it's in our genes. There is a gene which programs us to die after 80, 90, 100 years. The record woman was a French woman named Jeanne Calment.
Yeah.
She went to 122. But it's in our gene. When you are born, in your gene is written the date of your death.
Mm.
I always say to people, like a yogurt and like everything you buy in supermarket, it should be a date of expiration. We all have a date of expiration, best before you die. Huh? So death is, and cloning is one of the way to have eternal life. What
Right.
is us is here, is our mind, our brain, our experience. That's us. Not the body. The body is like the hardware, like the mouse you are using on your computer.
Right.
But the hard disk is here. So we can transfer to a young body when you reach old age. You clone yourself, you create another yourself,
Mm.
and you transfer like you download for your computer the memory, you download and you wake up in a young body. That's the future.
Wow. Thank you for explaining that. Um. Another thing I want to. You know what? Well, I want to send you some music of all of the hip hoppers that believe in the Elohim. I'm gonna send you all of their music. I was thinking of a
I
couple
love
of
music.
artists, a
Please
couple of hip
send
hop
me.
artists.
Yes.
I'm gonna send you some.
Oh,
And
please. I love
yeah,
music. There is not only the hip hop, the people who are Rastafarian also.
yeah.
They are very similar things, and not only so many American, Indian, uh, African, all people, the Dogon, very advanced
Oh, wait a minute.
civilization.
You said the
People
Dogon?
from West Africa as primitive people. No, the first universities of the world were in Africa.
Right, right,
The, they invented writing. They invented everything. But people think the white people did everything. No, that's a lie.
right. We're all Africans. We all come from one place. That's what I feel like
Yes.
we all. But you said the Dogon? Did you just say the Dogon, or did I hear you correctly?
So, yes, yes,
Oh, you
yes.
know about
You
the
know about
Dogon?
it?
Of course, you know about the
Of
Dogon.
course.
Wow.
Not only.
Wow, my friends are gonna be happy you said the doggone. They love the doggone. Let me just say, my cousin. All right, now I got Maitreya here. He's talking about the doggone. Now you'll be happy.
Not only, there is now it starts to be a little bit known, but not enough. The white people try to hide it. But the Egyptian pharaoh was black.
Yeah.
And me, I bring an information. Adam and Eve were black. Okay?
Wow.
That people, the white people, they say, no, 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 what are we? And we're from the black people and the yellow people. You pray God, you pray Jesus. Which color? Hey, wait a minute. All the races originate from the beginning of life created by Elohim in Africa.
Wow. Wow. Shout outs to AZ out there. There's another big artist. He talks about this all the time. He's gonna love this show. AZ, I'm sending this to you. You're gonna love Maitreya. Wow. Oh, let's go back.
Do you
All right.
play music yourself?
I rap. Yes, I do rap.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I do rap. My rest in peace to my producer Rock, who was one of the greatest producers that I've ever worked with. He was amazing, but he passed away, and so I mean, I actually I write, but I haven't recorded anything. But I'm about to start recording again because I wrote.
And do you play any instrument, guitar, piano?
No, I MC. I rap.
Okay.
I rap. So yeah, that's yeah. Even if I didn't make any money, I'll still rap. I just love to do it. It's just part of my culture, and I love to do it.
That's beautiful. It's a modern poetry.
Yes. Can you tell us about the medallion you have? Can you show your medallion?
This one, huh?
Yeah, it's beautiful. So can you tell us about the swastika and how it predates Nazism? Because people don't know that. They think they just they don't know the history.
No, and you have it in Africa. Huh? You have it in Africa in many traditions. It's the oldest symbol of the world. And what people see in the middle, swastika, it's an Indian symbol originally, but before India, it was in Africa. Wow. Okay, in the cycle of life, it has nothing to do with violence, right, with racism, with Hitler, completely different. Right. And around is what people call the Star of David. It's not at all belong to David and or the Jewish people. It's not a Jewish symbol. It exists in Africa. It exists in American Indian. Another thing I want to talk about, everywhere on the earth, you have in all the tradition this symbol. Right. And together, you have it in Tibet. If you read the Tibetan Book of Death of Bardo Todol, on the cover, you see this symbol, meaning infinitely small, the triangle at the bottom, infinitely large at the top, are one. We are one with infinity, with the stars, with the atoms. You know, the atoms turning around the center, exactly like the galaxies and the universe. So we are not in the middle, because infinity cannot have a middle, but we are part of infinity. And that's the space, and the swastika in the middle is infinity in time. Nothing is created, nothing disappears. When you die, your body continue to exist, the molecule and atom continue to exist, and when you are born, they don't come from, from thin hair. It's what your mother eat, what your father eat, create his sperm, your mother eat, create you. Our body have always existed, and our mind also.
Thanks for explaining that. That was dope. Yeah. I totally agree. Oh, all right. Wow. Oh, all right. So yeah, the embassy.
Sorry.
That's okay. The Elohim embassy. Let me show a picture. I,
Yes. Oh, you have it.
yes. Let me just put it.
Very
Oh, sorry
good.
about that. Let me just put that back up. Can you tell us more about that? What that's about and what the purpose is? I think it's dope. I love it.
More and more people are aware, except very retarded mentally people, that we are not alone in the universe. Okay, I mean, you have to be mentally retarded to think, no, 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 we are the center of the universe. Some people still believe the earth is flat. Okay, good. Some people still believe in Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Why not? That's their freedom and I respect them. But people with a little bit of education know the universe is infinite. You look at the sky at night, all the stars are distant sun with planets around. So to believe that we are alone is stupid. Now, why do we want to build an embassy? First of all, because the Elohim, I met these people from place, asked us to do it, to welcome them.
Right.
But in a very simple way, why don't there was never any structure on Earth to welcome people from space?
Right.
So we want to do it. We are the first to say, let's make an embassy to welcome people from space. For us, it's the Elohim. For other people, it's something else. But why not on Earth having a special place with no military, no police, nobody coming to arrest them, to put them in a laboratory to test them. A safe place where people from space can come and have contact with our government. That's the goal of this embassy.
Wonderful. Because you know what? When I was young, they didn't even know. Well, they didn't say publicly that we had Earth-like planets. Now they keep discovering Earth-like planets now.
Every
Yeah,
month.
all of it, like when I was growing up, that was unheard. When I was little, that was unheard of. We didn't think
Yes.
we did not think there was any Earth-like planets out there. So I mean, right?
The size of the universe is equal to the knowledge of human beings. At the beginning, the Earth is the center of the universe, and the Earth is flat. Okay, that was a belief. They couldn't think differently. Then they discovered the solar system, other planet, and the first people who talk about it were almost burned alive. One was burned alive
Yes.
because they say we are not alone. There is a lot of planet, there is a lot of space. That was a big revolution, and all these people in history, we know about them, they were burned alive just to say we are not the center. And now we have image. We have, thanks to space exploration, we have an image. And sorry, the Earth is not the center, not even the center of our galaxy.
Right.
But we are somewhere in the suburb of the galaxy. We are an insignificant little planet. There are planets hundreds, millions of times bigger than us. There are suns hundreds of times bigger, thousands of times bigger than our sun. So we start to realize that we are a little dot in space and no more the center of the universe.
That's right. Thank you for explaining that. I totally agree. Another thing I wanted to talk to you about is I seen the idea of the machines replacing the workforce that I thought was, I mean, that's like, I mean, you can't see, that's where it's going. I always, can you elaborate on a world without money and a world without uh government the way it is today?
Of course,
Yeah.
Of course, that's will be. I mean, we need that. This is the only way for humanity to survive,
Yeah.
because many different nations fighting each other with the advancement of science, having more and more powerful weapons.
Yeah.
Now we have on Earth 100 times more weapons to destroy the Earth. In other words, we can destroy the planet 100 times,
Mhm.
but we are alive on it. And the most dangerous thing are not nuclear weapons; they are bacteriological weapons. They have chemical weapons. They have a lot of, and we are the only species in the world, many animals, the only species which build every day what is necessary to destroy ourselves.
Yeah.
It is crazy.
Yeah. And this is what I like about the Rael movement. Nuclear disarmament is a big part of their movement.
Yes.
I
Uh,
mean,
uh, Biological,
biology.
chemical.
Yeah.
We need a world government, really, a world government where every group, every ethnic group is represented equally,
Right.
proportionally to their population. That's beautiful. And in a confederation of human race.
Mm.
And with peace, no need armies. We don't need armies. Armies is a thing of the past,
Yeah.
where village need to protect from the other village who want to take their girls.
Mm.
That's past. Now we need peace. We need collaboration, cooperation,
Cooperation.
science, and internet. I love recently internet. I connect a lot, and many times they say, "Prove that you are not a robot." That's very
Yeah.
new.
Yeah.
You saw that? Wow, it's a big change. Yeah, you have to prove that you're not a
Yeah.
robot. So already entering a very interesting age.
Yeah. Wow. And then the clitor aid that you're a part of that movement, because
Uh,
that's very important. I respect that. I love it.
that's
Yeah.
my, I can say, one of my favorite projects,
Yeah.
because I love women.
Yeah.
I love women not for sexually abusing them. I love sex, yes, but I love women with respect for half of humanity, which is made of women, brilliant women, most of the time more intelligent than men. You know,
Mm.
sorry to say that. I love when a philosopher say, uh, women who want to be equal to men lack ambition. They must be better, not equal,
Right. Right.
better. And
Yeah.
so, one of the things which make me cry most in Africa is to be in some time in country where 70% of women have no clitoris, meaning they are excised as a little girl, which is a crime. One of the worst crimes. You deprive forever of pleasure a young girl. And thanks to technology, now there are some technique developed by some doctors. They repair the clitoris and give back to girls, to women, the right to have pleasure.
Right.
And so I created the first pleasure hospital in Africa, where
Wow.
for free the women of Africa can go to have their clitoris repaired, and we have benevolent doctors coming to help, and we have donations from everywhere in the world to pay for the cost of the surgery.
That's amazing. That just blew my mind. I mean, this is the type of work that needs to be done. I really respect that. I really appreciate that.
And
Wow.
we fight for against circumcision and also against the equivalent for men, which is
Oh yeah,
terrible to
that's the
remove.
equivalent almost, not
Is
totally.
equivalent. It's a sexual mutilation,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
people who have this thing removing this foreskin
Yeah.
is a crime, because
Yes.
men cannot have the same pleasure forever.
Right. Right. Yeah. That's absolutely true. People don't talk about that. I'm glad you mentioned that. That's that's really true. That's not very well known either.
Religious tradition, God has no. Imagine a God Almighty. We don't believe in God, huh?
Yes.
But imagine He created a man with a foreskin, and He said, "You have to cut it." Wow,
Yeah,
that
that
is
doesn't
kind
make
of God.
sense. Yeah, that's not too. It doesn't make sense at all. Wow. Wow. Let me see. Oh, yeah, Happiness Academy. I love that. The Academy. Tell us about that.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the most important thing. Many people ask me as a religious leader, why are we alive? To be happy.
Right.
Simple.
Yeah.
What's the purpose of my life? Be happy.
Right.
There's no other. Then you can decide to be a scientist, to be a philosopher, to be, I don't know, a radio interviewer. That's your choice. But before all, we are alive to be happy, not to suffer.
That's right. I totally agree. Um, then you have a 1 minute of peace meditation. You
Yes.
Yeah, tell us about that. And you got a day where you're gonna have everybody's gonna be meditating at one time. It's like in March sometime, right?
We try to help in any way
Mm,
humanity to have a beautiful future. That includes peace, because without peace, we disappear. For
mm,
sure. People always talk about or extinction of animal, but the most dangerous to be extinct is us.
I
We
forgot
are
about that.
on the verge to disappear from Earth.
Yeah,
Not the Earth. The Earth is okay. Even if there is no more human being on Earth, the Earth will be in perfect state,
yeah,
maybe better. But we want to be alive. You want to continue to be alive. You want your children and grandchildren to continue to be alive. So peace is number one priority. So scientists discovered that uh, brain create waves. What's called before telepathy. Now they use another name. What we think, what we pray for, some people will call it prayer. What we do with our brain affect other people. There was
mm,
experimentation on a small island with 100 monkeys. And when one monkey is taught how to do something, slowly the other monkey copy it. And when you reach a certain percentage, all the monkey do it. It's like transmitted directly from brain. So when we meditate for peace on earth, it looks stupid. Oh, I sit on my little mat and I meditate for peace. Oh, you cannot change it. Yes, you can. You can change everything.
yeah,
Your thought influence all humanity. One
mm,
is not enough. But if we start to have thousands and then millions of people sitting on the ground and meditating for peace, you affect the leaders, the political leaders, the military leaders, and peace will come in their mind.
wow. I think that's a wonderful thing. I definitely believe in meditation. Meditation and it's a wonderful thing. It's been scientifically studied. Uh, I think meditation is very important. I think if more people meditated, we will definitely have more peace. I definitely agree
Yeah,
with that.
it's a very powerful tool,
Yeah.
not only for the brain, because people think always that we meditate with our brain. No,
Mm,
you meditate with all your body. When
mm,
you whatever happen in your head, in the brain, which is like the headquarter in a way, your big toe do the same. Your
mm,
liver, if you are stressed, you develop very quickly stomach ulcer
mm.
and then stomach cancer. If you are stressed, you can have heart attack very
Yeah.
quickly.
Yeah.
So the brain affects the body and the body affects the brain.
Mm,
So when you meditate for peace, you create peace also inside you and
mm.
after around you.
Wow. Um, you met Hugh Hefner too before he passed away in 2005. What was he like?
Who?
Hugh Hefner.
Oh, oui.
Yeah, you
Ah,
remember
oui, I
together
got
before? What was he like?
wonderful,
Yeah, I know. I could
wonderful.
tell.
We had a great exchange together.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah, because when you work for removing the sex guilt,
Right.
because sexual life is very important. It's the basis of our equilibrium, of our health, mental and physical health.
Yeah.
When you are a little boy, every little boy start to masturbate.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's normal to research pleasure. Only some church, Catholic church, say
Mm.
sex is bad. Don't touch your sex. Come on, even the Catholic Pope was born from an orgasm.
Right.
Okay,
Right. And I was talking to a sex therapist. Her name is Laurie Handler, and it's she. I was telling her about. I wish I can remember the guy's name. He was a serial killer, and I was telling her about the serial killer who his mom's was like a devout Catholic or Christian, and she just told him, every time she called him masturbating, or she told him never to masturbate. He developed these strange behavior, and he started killing people because of that. They said because of his mother and how hard she was, and when she called him masturbating, she told him don't masturbate. That's a sin. And so he developed this great guilt, but the way he dealt with it was really strange. He developed into a serial killer, and they said that was partly the reason for him becoming a serial killer. It was crazy. It was on
no,
Netflix.
no, no surprise.
Yeah.
The lack of pleasure and sexuality and pleasure
Mm.
create mental disease.
Yeah.
It's very plain simple. You need to have pleasure.
Right.
Pleasure not only with sex, but with food, with music, with the dancing,
Yeah.
with everything.
Yeah.
We are born to be happy. We are born for pleasure.
Yeah.
What is my body? A tool for pleasure,
Yeah.
including the sex. And that's very simple. And then you become very harmonious and you are happy. There was a scientific study which also demonstrates, like you say, that most of the killers, they had a poor sexual life.
Yeah.
And also, most of the military people, violent military people, have a very poor sexual life. So they want to kill everybody.
Wow. Wow. That's crazy. I want to show the. Thank you for explaining that. I want to show the picture of you. Sorry, I keep putting up the wrong thing. Here we go. Wow. I would have loved to have met him before before he passed away. Um, I did read an article that said y'all had similar beliefs in certain things when y'all talked. I don't know how if I read that correctly, but when y'all talked a little bit, y'all had some things in common. But so
Especially about pleasure
yeah, right, right, that makes sense.
and his love for beautiful women.
Right.
We share that also.
Do you,
Beautiful outside and inside.
right.
For me, I must say, people think what is sexually exciting is a beautiful breast, beautiful ass. I like it, but that's not for me. The best lover that I had in my life was the most intelligent woman. To be sensual, you need to be intelligent.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Um, how long you been in Okinawa? And what made you go out to Okinawa? I love that place is amazing. It's an amazing
Yes,
place.
almost than 10 years now.
What you been in 10 years? Wow,
Yes,
you been in.
before I was living in Tokyo, and when Fukushima a nuclear accident happened, I escaped to Okinawa.
Oh yeah, I remember that happened. I had a friend that was. That's right. They did have like a leakage, like a nuclear reactor leaked or something crazy like
Yeah,
that. Yeah, yeah. They
so I
had
was
a
a
few.
little bit afraid, and I came to Okinawa.
Wow. Um, what is it like living in Okinawa?
Because it's Japan. And why I was living near Tokyo? By choice, because I love the culture
Me too.
and the behavior of the people.
Me too.
Coming from France, which about politeness is hell. Okay, people are not respectful. People are not polite.
Mm,
In Japan, is the extreme opposite. People are so respectful, so polite,
yeah.
and I felt in love when I came to Japan with the culture. everything here, and I say, okay, I want to live in Japan. Because in France, people are very aggressive. America also, Korea also, people are very tough with each other. In Japan, very respectful. And this I love. For me, nobody is too much polite.
Wow. Me too. I agree. I should have seen sentiment. Yeah, definitely. And
I was lucky enough to have a wonderful education by a fantastic grandmother who very young taught me to say thank you, please, and I'm sorry. That's a very simple thing that young children today, nobody teaches them.
that's right. That's right. Wow. It's I love Japan. I dreamed of going. I've been to France before. I've been to Paris and the south of France, but I've always wanted to go be in Japan. There's something about Japan that I love. I love the art, the culture, and I had a couple of friends that were from Japan that moved there. They were very good friends of mine, but a lot of them moved back to Japan. Um, but I can see why you would love that place. I understand why you would love that place. And but Okinawa is like so different. There's a lot of beaches in Okinawa, right?
Yes, I'm right in front of a beautiful beach.
Ah.
I go and meditate every morning on the beach.
That's the way. That's the way to do it. Wow, wow. So you don't, have you been traveling lately, or have you just been? Well, you can't travel that much with the pandemic. They're making traveling
Yeah,
hard now.
even before I decided to stop traveling,
Mm.
after being around the world more than 10 times, I said, that's it.
Yeah, yeah, I blame you. I mean, you went Okinawa. You need
It's
to go.
paradise. It's a real paradise.
Yeah,
You have the culture of Japan, but Japanese, Tokyo people, for example, a little bit too much business people,
yeah,
a little bit too much serious. Okinawa, they take their time. They're a little bit like Africa.
yeah.
They do things, but slowly. They love nature. They work less. They
Hmm.
enjoy life.
Yeah, yeah. That's what it's about. Because you only. Yeah, that's what it's about. I totally agree. Wow, this was a pleasure. I'm gonna send you a bunch
And
of
they
music,
enjoy
Maitreya.
food.
Hmm.
And they enjoy food.
There's junk food.
They enjoy
Oh, they
food.
enjoy food. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true. Yeah,
And I love food.
yeah. Me too.
I cook
Oh, what's your favorite dishes? If you don't mind me asking.
kidneys.
Oh, wait, kidney beans?
Kidneys cooked with a brandy, cognac, bitter
Oh,
cognac, and port wine and cream. And that's my number one dish I want to eat before I die.
mm, wow. I hope that's a long way from now. But you look great. You look great.
Uh, there, is, there is no date of expiration here. Everybody would like to know.
Yeah,
So you have to live every day like if it's the last day. And
yeah.
like that, you don't miss any opportunity.
Wow. I like your red chair, man. I like your red chair you're sitting on. That's yeah.
That's my Ferrari. I call it my Ferrari. It's a very special, very comfortable, made in Germany, and so many adjustments that you almost have to be an engineer to adjust it.
Wow.
But the color is beautiful.
Wow, it looks great. I love that. Wow. You see, I wore my white just like you. I said, Maitreya wears white. I'm gonna wear white too. I said, because every time I see you,
You
huh?
also have a red chair.
Yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Wow. Anything you would like to say to my audience before we head out? This was wonderful. I enjoyed this talk. I
Yes,
enjoyed
one
talk.
thing. I love you.
Love you too, my brother. Thank you. And I know that's part of your message too. Too many,
And the message to you is also the message for everybody listening to your program. I
thank
love
you.
you.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. And I want to have you back on. I want to keep up with you and see what you're going. I'm going to, as soon as the world open up, I'm going to take a long trip, a vacation trip, and I'm going to come out in Okinawa and come see you. We'll hang out.
Waiting for you. Waiting for you.
Okay, my brother. Well, this is Super
I,
Longevity Institute. Maitreya Rael, Lord Maitreya, this was wonderful. Peace to all of Raelins all around the world. I definitely want to have Maitreya back. This was wonderful. We out. One love, everyone. Wow, that was great.